What's up, and welcome back to the Kind of Funny screencast. Of course, I'm Tim Geddes, joined by the one and only Big Kev Dog, Kevin Coelho.
What up, dude?
I like your hoodie. Where'd you get it?
Lululemon.
Oh, damn it. I thought it was kind of funny, but
It's not. Sorry.
Failure. I was like, I don't think that looks like one of ours, but
I thought the mic was blocking the little emblem thing.
I was wearing that yesterday.
/store has some really dope merch you can check out. I guess Lululemon
But also
as well.
Head over to Lululemon.com as well.
Yeah. How you feeling this beautiful Tuesday morning, Nitro Rifle Andy Cortez?
I'm feeling great. Yeah, tell him we sent you. Tell him. Tell Lululemon we sent you.
Go tell Lulu. And rounding out the group today, we have the producer / seducer, Nick Scarpino.
I'm Moon Knight. Is that what he sounds like? I know nothing about Moon Knight.
Why would you think he's a cowman? Why would you think, oh, I'm certain he's a cowman?
No, he looks like a
I read Ghost from that. Yeah.
Ghost. Cow. Where'd you get cow? Oh, Moon.
Moo. You said moo. You said it and cow over the moon.
You know what? Mistakes were made on both sides, Kevin.
I don't think so. I think it might have just been
Yeah. Everyone head over to Lululemon.com/Nick Scarpino.
Just say what's up. Well, anyways, this is the Kind of Funny screencast where every single week we get together multiple times a week, most weeks these days, to cover the latest in TV, movies, and movie trailers and TV trailers like today. You can get it on youtube.com/kindoffunny or roosterteeth.com. You can also get it as a podcast. Just search for Kinda Funny screencast and we'll be right there for you. That feed will include all of the movie reviews, the TV reviews, and our reactions to the different trailers because so many people have been asking for that. You can also go to patreon.com/kindoffunny to get the show ad-free and be a Patreon producer, just like Molecule, James Davis, and Pranksy have done. We appreciate you all so very, very much. Right now, every week, we're going to be doing reactions to Peacemaker and the Book of Boba Fett, so stay tuned for all of that and all those places I just named. And if you want to be a part of the show, you can go to kindoffunny.com/screencast to write in your questions, theories, and thoughts, and we'll talk about them, discuss them, and have fun with all of those silly little thoughts you have. But for now,
silly thoughts.
Kevin, hit play on this trailer, man. I've held out on watching it.
Let me make sure the HD quality is 1080. All right, cool.
1080. There we go.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome
shit, Kid
to
Cudi.
Staying Awake.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that seems painful.
Fucking called it.
I think I'm losing it. I like
We'll catch you on. You're bloody useless, Stevie.
Stephen. I can't tell the difference between life and dreams.
Thank you.
Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Thanks.
Like the Black Widow sound effects.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're alive. What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark? It must be very difficult.
Hawk.
It's terrifying. I love it.
There's chaos in you.
Looks like Kevin Bacon right there.
I know.
That was a fun cut.
Embrace the chaos.
That's cool.
That looked really good.
That's cool.
Whoa.
Okay.
Kevin Coelho, I want to start with you.
Man, it's really interesting. I don't know how I feel about his little the accent he's doing. It is really, really passive and like he's supposed to be, I think, like a kind of meek voice, but overall, like, man, I am very much intrigued. I also don't know too much about Moon Knight, everyone just kind of always talks about him being a badass, and like certainly we get glimpses of that. Also, like him not knowing whether he's hallucinating or not, which is like I feel like kind of always a narrative with Moon Knight, whether he's making it up and he's just a regular dude or not. It's interesting because like the way they do these cuts so quick, like it works. Like it definitely gives you that vibe of like I don't know exactly what's happening, and I'm super in.
Nick Scarpino.
Yeah, I really was not even thinking about this until this trailer, but Oscar Isaac is really elevating this for me, and like I'm in for the accent. The first kind of that teaser we saw where it was kind of like that, where he kind of threw it out there, I was like, I don't know, but this does look fascinating, and it looks like there's like Kevin's talking about a lot of room for there to be like, is this shit happening in his brain? What's going on? I love Ethan Hawke in this, doing his best Kevin Bacon impression, which is great. And the costume looks dope. I will say, I don't know anything about Moon Knight, so I have no idea what's going on. But that shot specifically, I love because it looks like he just woke up out of whatever he was doing. And it's just in the middle of a gun battle in a truck and just freaking the fuck out. Yeah, this looks really cool. I like it. I'm in.
Andy.
Yeah, this looks pretty batshit crazy. Along with everybody else here, well, I'd say mostly Nick, I have the least knowledge when it comes to Moon Knight. I've just seen what he means to comic lovers on the internet, and it seems like it's always been something really cool and something that would be really interesting to watch. And of course, we are getting the MCU love and care being put into this. I'm exactly with Nick when it comes to Oscar Isaac's accent when it was on the Disney Plus Day reveal. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Here, it totally fits. I feel like it's a lot better within the context of everybody else speaking to him. It feels a lot more natural.
Mhm.
And of course, it's just Oscar Isaac. I just love the dude, and I'll watch anything he's in.
Yeah.
The suits sort of reforming over his body, lots of Spawn vibes.
Yeah,
And
I got that same thing too. That's
I'm
crazy.
totally in. This looks really, really dope, and I hope this is sort of a far cry from a lot of other things that we've seen Marvel related when it comes to their, because like when was the last time we've seen something that kind of freaky and horrifying looking? Like I don't know if we've seen that side of Marvel quite yet, and I'm super stoked. And just like the font treatment and everything in this trailer is just absolutely nailing it for me.
Well, I'm loving also the fact that it's set in London, it's set in museums. It makes me want to travel. I want to go to whatever museum he's at where there's this Egyptian like artifact, happening. And I think the craziest thing is how many in this. The scariest thing actually for me is just how often people button that top button on the top of their shirts. It's just a freaky thing.
I like that.
But I will say for Oscar Isaac, what a fun role for him, because I mean, to stretch his acting chops and having to play a dork. You know what I mean? Like, when's the last time you saw Oscar Isaac play a dork? Good
Yeah,
for
come
him.
on. Great head
Come
of
on,
hair,
bro.
super hot. There's no shot.
You try to tell me that. You try to tell me that he's not the most popular person in this museum.
The hardest challenge of his life.
Come on, give me a break. Give me a freaking break.
Yeah, obviously, shout to Oscar Isaac, him being in everything. Like, he's probably the actor that has transcended the most IP over the last like 5 years.
Dude,
Like, it's just insane.
watched
He's across the
Apocalypse.
Spider-Verse too.
I just
yeah,
popped
he
up
was in
in,
Apocalypse and Star Wars, and like it's absolutely nuts. What's up, Nick?
I was gonna say I just started watching Inside Llewellyn Lewis last night because I was like, oh, I've never seen this before, and I stopped after 5 minutes. I didn't like it very much, but that's where you got to start as in a Coen Brothers indie folk singer movie, and now he's Moon Knight. Good for him.
Good for him. I know 2 women he's had sex with personally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's everyone has
Interesting
an
aside
Oscar
there.
Isaac story. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Great.
Let's talk about that on air.
we have told you guys the stories before, but anyways, the thing about the accent that I'm interested in is I'm right there with you guys with all of it. I don't think it's going to be in it as much as this trailer leads us to believe. I think that only one of his identities is going to have the accent and the other ones won't. And I think we're going to end up focusing on those more. But we'll see. I'm right there with what Kevin was saying, where I like that we don't really know if this is in his head or not in his head. And I hope that they do a good job playing with that. That's something that we've seen before in a ton of different superhero stories, and whether it's movies or comics or anything. But to do that type of story right, I think it set this apart from other MCU projects in the way of being kind of a standalone project that doesn't, like, the tendrils to the MCU could be there, but I like that this doesn't have the necessarily expectations on it that this person's going to show up and this person's going to show up. There's definitely things that could happen, but I think that this is exciting for me to be looking forward to a project that's just introducing a new character pretty much to me. I've read Moon Knight stuff from the Ultimate Comics and stuff, but like I'm not too deep into his storylines. So I'm even interested in what his deal is. But it's cool that we're getting an introduction to such a major character in a show with an quality caliber actor like Oscar Isaac. Like this is a big deal where we haven't gotten new hero introductions with their own projects that often. Like Doctor Strange was kind of the first one in a long time. Like I think it was the only one really in phase 3 of like a single hero. And then we got Shang-Chi recently, but this is kind of like a new era for Marvel of doing this with the TV show with the 6 hours or whatever it is to be able to tell this story. And I think that is very exciting. And I think visually it's interesting. Like Andy was saying, I like the kind of more horror tinges, and the fact that this comes out March 30th means it's going to lead right into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness in May. So like there's going to be a lot of that more kind of fucking weird, scary MCU corner that's being built out that we know eventually will lead to things like Blade and other things like that.
Which
so
I'm all
it's exciting.
And I'm all for it, and I'm all for it for no other reason other than obviously the shows leading up to this so far have been entertaining. But Peacemaker is where I turned a corner, right? And I know that's not a Marvel property, that's DC property, but that was the first show where I'm like, oh, we can really have some fun with these characters we don't know anything about. And I don't think they're going to go, obviously, they're not going to go hard R with this because this is a Disney property. But the fact that
and it also features Kid Cudi. I think that the music choice is very telling of like what we're gonna get, which is like, yeah, it's kind of dark and it'll make you think, but it's not gonna be that.
It's Kid Cudi dark, right? Yeah. We're still gonna stay PG, probably PG-13. But I'm fine with it. And as long as you can tell, what I'll say about this is I don't know what's going on with the story, and I'm intrigued. And it doesn't seem to me that we watched the Hawkeye trailer, and I was like, I get it. I know what's happening here. He's gonna fight some goons in New York, and he's gonna bond with Haley Steinfeld. I don't really know what's going on here, other than the fact that he works at a museum with an Egyptian artifacts exhibition. Something happens. It's taking him over, and Ethan Hawke is really creepy. And I don't want to know anymore. I want to go straight into the story knowing this. And I want Oscar Isaac, because I like him so damn much, to be a character in the MCU, and I want him to enjoy the success that comes along with that. Because this guy up to this point never been a part of a huge series before, so now he's finally getting his due.
Great to see him have some success.
Yeah, exactly. Like get out of the indie world.
So we're gonna go frame by frame through this, but before we do that, let me tell you about our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by HelloFresh. Sticking to your New Year's resolutions can be hard, but if you're focusing on saving money by ordering less takeout, learning to cook, or prioritizing your wellness, smashing your goals is a piece of cake with HelloFresh. HelloFresh has endless options to make cooking at home simple and enjoyable by delivering pre-portioned ingredients to your door, including farm-fresh produce that arrives within a week. HelloFresh has 50 menu and market items to choose from every single week, including some more family-friendly or gourmet choices. Kevin Coelho, Paula Coelho, they've been loving HelloFresh. They, of course, Paula, being a vegetarian, like the options of having the vegetarian stuff, and they've been having some fantastic meals over there in their Coelho household. Go to HelloFresh.com/KindaFunny16 and use code KindaFunny16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's HelloFresh.com/KindaFunny16 and use code KindaFunny16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts.
Man, this makes me want to go to London.
I think more than anything, Nick, I am more excited for the fact that that this is sort of this brand new franchise that for a lot of people, for a lot of comic masses that are aware of comics and maybe read a lot of different runs, but Moon Knight is still kind of on the periphery of a lot of the larger characters. And I think at the end of the day, I see this, and this doesn't even have to be Marvel related. I don't have to go into this hoping that I see Spider-Man or Daredevil, or go into this and see characters that I know. This just looks interesting without any sort of attachments. And I think that's what's gotten me most excited about it, is like, you could have told me that this sure, this is led by the people who run the MCU.
Sure.
But there's not a whole lot of connections to anything cool. I don't care. This looks interesting, just kind of like on its own merit, and I think that's what's got me the most excited for it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm right there with you, right? And it reminds me of my two other favorite TV superhero properties, right? One of course is Peacemaker, and the other is The Boys. Where I didn't really know too much about The Boys when it came out, but you see it and you're like, I'm intrigued. And there's a certain freedom that comes with not having this be Batman. Right, you don't have to have this, or not Batman, or any of the bigger legacy characters from Marvel Studios, because it's based solely on the strength of this trailer and Oscar Isaac's performance in prior movies, and they've always been stunning. He's never been bad in a movie. Let's put it that way.
So with that too, like there is the other side of that where I'm interested in how the MCU is gonna Marvel Studio-ize Moon Knight, like how they're gonna take what this character is and make it fit in the worlds. Maybe not right away in the series, but overall, like they're the kings at doing that. And even in this, like I'm again familiar with the character, but not super in depth familiar with it all.
Mhm.
But like from what I remember, his character, the Steven character is like a millionaire. So like in this, we're not getting that vibe. He does seem a little bit more
He's
like
in squalor.
in an apartment. Yeah, like
That would be
working
a
at the
great
museum.
twist, though, right?
So I'm interested with what they're playing with that,
Yeah.
but then also, or if they're just taking it a completely different direction, which is
Mhm.
I think super fun because I like my favorite thing about the MCU is that it is simultaneously the definitive new take on these Marvel characters while also kind of being a subversion of what people expect 20% of the time,
Yeah.
with things to like, keep comic readers on their toes. So this is interesting. But Kev, let's hit play or go for it, Andy.
Yeah, no, I was just yeah, you can go ahead and hit play. I was just gonna say like a big part of me watching WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier and Hawkeye is that I hope that we see characters that we recognize, and in here I don't care about that necessarily.
Yeah. So I love these first few scenes, by the way, because he's obviously chaining himself to the bed and he's taping the door, presumably to make sure when he wakes up the next morning that
He didn't.
if the tape's
leave.
off, he has
Yeah.
left, right?
Yeah.
Can you go back,
tell,
Kev, actually?
Yeah, all the sand. Look at that.
Oh wow,
Oh,
I
look
didn't
at
even
that.
notice
That's
that.
cool. So that's
Yeah.
like, is that some? Yeah, that's cool. Make sure see if footprints have come in and out of
the
it.
Calm app. Where did you want me to go, Tim?
Go back to just the beginning of this one shot that I thought was pretty cool.
This one shot.
Just start from the beginning. We can right there.
Where he's looking back at the screen.
Kev.
Yeah.
Like
What? Sorry, that's not where you want. You want me to go further back?
I said
go a
I told
little
you where it
further
was, but
Yeah, the shot where he's
go-
looking back at the camera. It's like around the 13-second mark.
Yeah.
right there.
Right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
I love how
Something
throughout this
looking in.
trailer we see a lot of different kind of like uses of lighting and mirrors and stuff to see different versions of him. We saw this in the teaser last time, but later there's a shot of him in the museum, and in the reflection of the glass, you see like him and then two different reflections. All three of them have different facial expressions,
Mhm.
and that happens multiple times in this trailer in different ways. And like here, I think is an example. You can't really see their face, but you can assume that's happening too. But I think it's a cool visualization of the split personalities.
This is a weird kind of thing that I noticed on the bottom right. The Marvel logos kind of watermark.
Oh yeah, it's different. It's just
Marvel
an M.
Entertainment. Yeah, I guess I'm just used to seeing MCU. It's weird seeing just the M alone.
I mean, they might have done that so they don't have the logo everywhere and people are taking screenshots. Because that always looks weird.
Also, Andy, that MCU logo doesn't exist. You made it.
You're right. I guess the Marvel Studios logo is what I'm thinking of.
Go back to the logo that Marvel Studios treatment, Kev. This is super cool too. This is when we're talking about like the use of lighting and shadows, like with the day and night moon cycle shit. Like that's so sick.
But why Moon Knight? I guess we're about to find out, Tim.
He's the Knight of the Moon.
Again, the
Table,
scariest thing. The two things in this also: double-decker buses. They come from the wrong side every single time. You look left. They come
Who's this
right.
actress?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to look her up right now and remember where she's from. I know her. Though.
Fantastic Beasts. No,
Is she?
No.
Is that
no,
woman?
not at all.
Oh no, she wasn't the assistant in Wonder Woman, right? No.
Oh,
No.
that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, she does look like her.
But she says,
Yeah, which
Fantastic
is-
Fantastic Beast,
Fist
Wonder
which
Woman,
is-
London. I don't
It's,
know.
no. I think that it's the same actor in both.
Oh,
The
really?
friend, yeah, I think
It is
so.
the same actor in both, but
yeah,
it's not
but
the actor
it's not
here.
this woman here. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, she looks really familiar though.
I mean, she kind of looks like what is it, Joanne Cusack a little bit, and her name is
Joan Cusack.
We've been down
Okay.
this road before. We're not going to go
Let us know
down
in
the
the
Joan
comments who
Cusack
this
road
is.
before. She's funny though. I like that smack of the gum. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
So does Moon Knight
Kev,
just
can you go
only
back to
appear
that?
Yeah. In what?
in mirrors to him? Like, well, I'm so confused by what's going on with this.
I mean, I think
think
mirrors
it's-
is just the easiest way to show sort of multiple personality stuff
right,
going on.
Right.
Yeah,
Yo, dude, Egyptian kind of like iconography and just like
absolutely.
things are just so fucking cool. And like I don't know too much about it, so I think this is gonna be cool to kind of like learn more about that shit. This dude's design is dope as
Yeah.
hell. Like it kind of reminds me of like the Shinigami from Death Note. A little
Kevin,
bit.
this
a little bit.
Kevin, this
Yeah.
reminds me of in Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice when we fight the Raven kind of bad guys.
Yeah, it looks
That's
similar.
what it kind of reminds you of.
Yeah.
And a lot of those same mythology gets passed down over eras. So I'm obviously talking about Norse, but Egyptian stuff.
Well, towards
It's
the
really
end,
cool.
in the
Cool
trailer,
looking.
we'll see like an Anubis looking guy. But I wonder if it's this guy, or I wonder if this is the guy that he gets his suit from. Because
The
this
Spectre.
is that the name of the? Isn't
No,
Spectre?
just like even he has the scepter thing here, and then like his name's Mark Spector, but like you're right, Kev. I think that like this looks like his
his outfit, right?
I forget there's a name of the character, but again, I'm not
Spectre,
that
isn't that a different? That's a different person, right? Spectre, isn't that a
Mark
DC?
Mark
Spector?
Spector is Moon Knight.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna put play.
Yeah, according
That
to
looks
Oh
so- that looks
man, yeah, it
freaky.
looks so freaky.
It looks freaky. It doesn't look great.
Well, it's
I
also
think
like half a
the
second. I
imagery
think-
is freaky. I don't think like it looks super good CG wise.
I think it's just a dude in a suit.
No, it's CG, dude.
You think it's
it's,
CG?
it's,
I think it's
it's
CG.
moving really like unnaturally.
It's a
I can move
zombie.
like that right now. Andy.
You're a
Look at
natural. You're a
Yeah.
very unnatural human
The
being.
scariest thing of all, an old lady's guilty look. What are you doing?
That's a
man?
good
The
line. But
shame,
looking for
the
my contact
shame.
lens.
Looking for my contact lens.
That font is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that shot I was talking about where you see the three different facial expressions
I
of
only
him.
see two. Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Different angles and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, he moves his head like more quickly in different iterations.
That's cool. Yeah, according to IMDb, there's only 4
We'll find
people
some.
in this show. So I don't know who that actress is.
Yeah.
It's just Oscar Isaac, Emily Van Camp, Ethan Hawke, Gaspard.
Emily Van Camp.
Yeah, she's credited in it. So Sharon Carter's somewhere in here.
Emily
That's-
Van Camp.
Interesting. Sharon
Yeah.
Carter.
What?
No,
Sharon
Oh,
Carter.
got it. I was
Never
like,
mind. I'm sorry. That's actually not on the IMDb page. That's just in the Google page when you Google cast.
Cool.
So,
Even if it was
IMDb.
IMDb, that's faked all the time. So
Yeah.
Man, if you can't trust IMDb, Andy, what
Mhm.
news source
What
can
a
you trust?
what a terrible world we live in.
Fucking A.
So what do you think's going on here?
I think he's a cult leader of some
Yeah,
sort.
he's got some following.
Well,
Loki
no, but
vibes.
like, they're also
think-
like
look-
one dude on the left here has a gun. Do you see that? He's got a big old assault rifle.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're not in England at all.
Because here's the
No,
thing:
yeah,
you don't
see, we
even
got
need.
funny letters
Germany?
up front.
Or Belgium?
I don't
Where
need
is
the
that?
imagery of people bowing to him. I just need him in this monocolored like suit top and the bottom, like it's all the same color, and I know that he's a cult leader. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
it's just
yeah.
like the way his suit looks, the way he's
But
dressed.
I do think these people are being forced to bow. He also has a goat with him. You never trust someone with a goat. I've always said that.
Loki
Oh.
vibes, I'm telling you. This shot, like Kevin, if you
Yeah,
just go
Germany.
frame forward, like looking at Oscar Isaac's hood, it's kind of cool. It's one of those like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not his costume, but it kind of gives the vibe of it.
The woman we're talking about is Lucy
Oh.
Davis,
Lucy Davis.
who was in Wonder Woman.
Oh, she was in Wonder Woman.
Yes,
That's not the same actor.
not the same woman.
Oh,
from,
got it.
Not
I
even
see what you're
close.
saying. I thought from this trailer, I was like, oh, wow.
No.
How'd you know that? No, we're wrong.
And she was also not in Fantastic Beasts.
Lucy Davis,
We
not
are
in
wrong
Fantastic
across
Beasts.
the
huh?
board.
I'm so bad at my job.
You know what I mean? No one
Yeah, you take
expects
some
it.
shots, Andy. Sometimes you got to throw the ball down the field and get it moving.
That's
Exactly.
the only way to do it sometimes.
Okay, yeah, there's another one of
Making
those
the
mirror
glass.
shots.
I'm surprised we didn't see a reflection in that one. like an altered reflection as the foot hits the glass.
Well, we did the frame before. before
I
the
didn't-
kick. But yeah, Kev, go back a little bit. We see like he looked in that same mirror. Yeah.
Ah, okay, got it.
Mm.
By the way,
Got it, got it.
that moment in where he's everyone
those
kneels,
spider
and he
webs?
doesn't kneel. No, I
No.
think it's cracks in the
Yeah.
mirror. But the moment prior to this, where he kneels and nobody else, and everyone else kneels and he's not there, is
Okay.
such a Fidelio moment. Where you remember
Fidelio.
Eyes Wide Shut, and
Yeah.
Tim, remember watch that movie together, Eyes Wide Shut,
No.
and everyone's in the,
I
in
would
the
love
hall.
it if you watched that movie with
And he's like, "What?" He's like, "That was the password for the door. What is the password for the interior?" And he goes, "Fidelio." And they're like, "Get him out of here."
Wait,
Yeah.
I've heard Nick say that to me. Just
It's
the
about- it's
Fidelio.
about- it's
so
about-
many times.
It's about like
Hate you.
what is it? Sex club
Yeah,
swingers?
it's a sex club. Yeah. It's like a high-end
God.
rich person sex club, but in order to get in, you have to have the password, and the password's Fidelio. But there's another password he didn't know about for the inside, and
Yeah.
they're like, "That was the password for the outside."
We
What
got it.
is
You
the
said that,
password
Nick.
for
You're
the
repeating
inside?"
yourself now.
And he goes- and he goes,
So
he
you
goes,
think that he cracks it,
Fidelio.
then he looks in it and sees himself? Is this
Peter,
happening after he
Fidelio.
kicked it?
Peter.
God, these kids are so hard to focus.
Go forward a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Because it's way more cracked now.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then there's this dude looking great. Great hair.
Yeah, he kept his hair. They need to color in his eyebrows a little bit though, because you get
Remember
older,
when-
your eyebrows start to.
Remember when he was in True Detective season 3? What a great show.
Never seen it. I heard it was
Great
good
season.
though. Got it slotted.
Was he in season 3?
Yeah,
You're not thinking Steven Dorff?
exactly. That's the one.
God, we're fucking useless. Jesus.
I was like, he wasn't in True Detectives.
Oh my God.
Were you really
That's
thinking?
what
I thought you were joking.
You know, hawk, a dwarf, walking to a bar.
Same bird, a very similar bird, the dwarf and the hawk.
Oh, man.
This is another really, really good scene where it's like he's clearly waking up, all
Yeah.
confused, like, "What am I holding a gun?" Looks
He's
back.
He's in
Prophecy
he's
vibes.
in the delivery van from the prior shot, by the way. So clearly he and the same costume from the prior shots. This is him trying to
Yeah.
get away, and I think Ethan Hawke was like in the back of the car there.
I
Stumbling
mean,
out.
this
Oh,
guy,
that's not him,
no,
that's a
short
different
haired dude, looks like he got shot dead.
got
He's about to
shot or
fall out.
something.
Got.
Face
Even
guy
before
got-
this, Kev, can you go back to the white looking room? Is this like a mental facility?
I
I
feel
mean,
like
he looks like he has a straight jacket. Oh, no, never mind. No, his sleeves were not covering his
Yeah.
hands. It looked
No,
like
he
they
just
were.
gets the
I
crew
don't.
neck
Yeah,
shirt.
I feel like he gets caught and put in this. Not
Is
by
somebody
choice.
looking at him, or is he looking in his reflection and it's a different?
No, because they're wearing a
No.
different color out shirt,
Yeah, I think he's just
right? He's wearing like a navy
blue.
blue.
I think it is a mental hospital.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, I don't know. I could also see him being held against his will by, like, captured by a group. Maybe that group he's just murdering people.
Why would they? And then they were like, "You have to wear this all white shirt instead of this all white room." He's like, "Damn it, this is the worst punishment ever. No color? How dare you?"
That's how he gets his powers, Nick.
Maybe he was seeing himself in the reflection in a white shirt. Kevin, Think about
Okay,
that.
think
so this
he
guy.
takes anything
I
for that
really
hair.
like the way this is cut with this guy about to fall, and now
Yeah.
it's him falling, and it's the same outfit he's wearing in this last scene. So that truck's probably gonna go over the hill.
Or at least he thinks it is, Kevin.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Oh,
true.
shit.
Cool.
His cape made a moon.
No.
No.
It's just
What?
imagery.
It's just his shadow.
just the moon following him.
I mean, okay, his jacket, his cape, whatever you want to call it. All right, how we just that's his
No,
cape, right?
Ke- No.
No, I
Oh.
think he's just running, and his shadow is making that half moon.
No, there's just
Whatever.
like a half moon following him. It's just like it
You
doesn't
think there's
exist
just
in the world.
perpetually a moon following?
It's like a Mario. The sun follows you.
So I wonder if, because normally in the comics, if I remember correctly, pause it here, Kev. And someone let me know if I'm wrong about this. I'm pretty sure that Moon Knight, that Mark Spector or the human version has like 3 split personalities, and then Moon Knight has 2 split personalities. But with this, I wonder if this is showing like he has even more. Like if they're gonna go more the Shyamalan split type thing, where he has a lot of split personalities with all these different mirrors. It might just be.
I think
pretty
it's just
image.
mirrors. Yeah, I really hope that one of his the real him or like is super rich and like
What
we
do you
find
think the
that out
mirror
later.
budget was in this show? Jesus.
At least 10
It's
mil.
all
10
CG,
mil for the
Annie.
mirrors.
It's all CG.
Oh.
So
They
that's
use
the
one
first time we
mirror in
get
this whole thing.
seeing him get his actual suit on. Hold on.
Very Spawnish.
Yeah, really cool.
Even like that era of CG.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think it looks great quality wise,
Do
but
you think
it's
John
just
Leguizamo pops up in this too?
I wish.
it's still cool as hell conceptually. Like this is one of my favorite things in superhero movies, or just in sort of fantastical or sci-fi movies. I love seeing a suit go around a dude.
This is the same area where he broke the mirror, right?
Presumably, yeah.
Those
That's
triangle
Oh, right.
things
That
around
same
him.
little.
Yeah, I think right at the bottom left you can see the broken mirror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good call.
Was that the same little thing the guy was praying at? Everyone was kneeling at. What's he beat? He's beating the hell out of like.
So this
Out of that
looks
thing.
well, but this looks more like Anubis-like. Look at its
Yeah,
face.
it
Oh
looks-
no, you're
yeah.
right. You're right. It's got a beak. Yeah, he beats
Dude,
the
I
shit
didn't
out
even
of it,
realize
huh?
it wasn't a person until now.
Wait, really?
Oh,
No,
really?
it's kinda-
Yeah.
it's-
Oh,
This is
that-
different from the
though.
last trailer.
Because
Yeah,
I never
this-
paid attention to it. I just looked at the suit the whole time.
Well,
It's
it
got-
definitely
it's
had a
got those
bird
dog
face.
ears, like the
It had a
hound ears.
bird face earlier, but it has the dog ears very
Yeah.
clearly right there.
It looks like Anubis.
Yeah.
Anubis. We're saying that right?
Yeah, we're nailing it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this isn't going to be like the hard R shit that Moon Knight could be, but I do think that this is a brutality that we don't often see in the MCU, but I do think we're starting to see more and more. We don't really give them credit for, like thinking about like John Walker and shit. Like they do kind of go there
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
think with Moon Knight, like they definitely have an opportunity to push this darker than they ever have before as a standard, like not moments of darkness, but kind of just like a pervasive vibe of kind of like something fucked up going on.
Andy,
This suit looks dope as
quick
hell. I
question.
think this looks really cool.
But as a design, like think of your in design mind, okay? Do you think it's a good idea that he's got his logo on there twice on the hood? You like
Because you
that?
might lose the hood.
Branding.
You might lose the
Hood
hood.
come off.
Hood comes down.
I don't like
Hood
it.
goes
I
up.
don't like it. I would just have the center logo. I think.
What
it's
if they
too
take
much.
a headshot? Who is he? Is Assassin's Creed man? Who knows, Kevin?
Exactly. We don't know.
Gotta put it up
We
there.
don't know. Let them know. That's why we put the kind of funny logo on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let them know.
This is dope as shit. I love how it's a little bit more mummy-esque than the Moon Knight costume normally is. Like the Moon Knight costume can look a little clan member-y. So I think this is a good
Oh.
call to kind of not do that and then, tie it in a bit more to what idiots like me associate with Egypt, which is mummies. So that's kind of cool. And I saw my boy Luis Medina was talking about now in the MCU, we know we have vampires. We know we have now we got a mummy. There's all the talk about the werewolf by night turning into a thing. It's like, yo, we got to fucking like the horror boys. Universal couldn't do it, so the MonsterVerse is now being started over here in Marvel.
Man, I'm so excited for that too because I'm a huge Mahershala Ali fan and I freaking can't wait for Blade. I can't wait for any of the Blade stuff to drop.
I mean, Mahershala Ali might be hanging out with Oscar Isaac. Like that's fucking cool as
That would be
shit.
so
Nice.
sick.
And
Nice.
Kid Harington
Yeah, I was
from
saying.
Ebony Blade stuff.
I do like
he's
the. I love the metal accents underneath, like the shoulder piece, kind of
Yeah,
being
peeking out,
a
wrapped up.
structural thing that is still kind of wrapped with the cloth. It looks really cool. Is it like that on the right shoulder too, Kev? On his right
Looks
shoulder?
like it. You can see a little tinge of
Yeah,
metal
I think
coming from the
so.
right
Yeah, there's a
shoulder.
little tiny. I can.
Can you
I
hit play? Because he walks towards the camera. It's hard to see.
Well, I know, but
Still
don't worry,
cool,
we'll
though.
get there. We'll get there.
So
Right,
fucking
right, right.
cool.
It's a
I
dope
love the
ass
lit
Yeah,
design.
it does. You can
Oh,
see
yeah, I
the
see
gold
the shine.
shining. Yeah.
That's cool.
This is cool as hell, man.
So dope.
I cannot freaking wait for this. I did not think I was gonna be this excited for this series. Even though it's Oscar Isaac and I just generally love whatever he's involved with, but I was finding it tough, especially after that first trailer. But don't judge a book by an accent that you might find kind of weird in one line read.
That's what they always say.
Yeah.
They always say, don't judge a book by any of the lines in the book.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't judge it by that. Judge it by the cover.
March 30th. Damn, that's a lot further away than I wanted. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
but that's
it
not
is-
that far. We're
I
halfway
thought it was
through
like
January.
mid-February.
It's 2
Yeah,
months ahead,
but it
though.
does leave a like month and a half gap of no premium Disney Plus content between Book of Boba Fett and this. But it
When
does
is
mean timing wise
Multiverse of Madness.
May 16th, I want to say.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's really
Oh.
cool though is this, if they do it the same way Hawkeye did, where they released 2 episodes on March 30th, it'll lead perfectly into May 4th. And while this is not confirmed, it is heavily rumored that Kenobi will premiere May 4th.
With you.
And that's dope as shit.
I
So that
thought
could be
I
really
thought you were
cool.
gonna tell me something really tied in.
No. But that's really exciting. So you can go to kindafunny.com/screencast to write in your questions, comments, concerns, all that stuff. Jizzle Droops.
Jizzle dupes.
Jizzle Dupes, my bad.
It's not a lot better though.
Funny either way.
Yeah.
Wants to know, can we get Nick's thoughts on Ethan Hawke's hair?
Yeah, I think Ethan Hawke has kept his hair, and it's very surprising because it's always been a little thin. Even going back to like Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, all those movies. I've always thought there's a man holding on to his hair, but he's done something. I don't know what's going on here, but it looks thicker than it ever has, and I'm happy for him. And I want to know, Ethan, what's the secret?
I don't know, Nick. I don't know, man. I'm looking at photos of him. It doesn't look like this dude's lost a beat at any point in his life, man.
Yeah,
Like I'm
he's
looking at
always had
photos of
very
him with
healthy
Maya
hair.
Hawke when Maya Hawke was on Stranger Things, and he's on the red carpet, and there doesn't look like there's any breaks in the armor. Like this looks flawless, Nick.
God.
I mean, I am looking at pictures of him before when he was 16 and now, and he has thicker hair now.
Yeah, for real,
So
dude.
I was just completely off base on this one. I just want to know what the secret is, man, because he looks so cool when you're kind of old. Like he's getting older, right? He's getting a few wrinkles, and there's no disrespect to that. It happens to all of us. It makes you look more distinguished. But when you got that full head of hair, that's just such a unicorn out there.
It's the shaving of the goatee that's giving me the Kevin Bacon
Yeah.
vibes. Because I'm so
Yeah.
used to seeing the facial hair on him, and without it, he just straight up looks like Kevin Bacon to me.
Alicia Royer writes in and says, will Moon Knight be connected to the plot started by Eternals with the Black Knight? It shares locations with it. That's interesting.
I didn't know that.
I didn't notice, but the museums, that makes a lot of sense.
Wait, Black Knight? Is that the name of Kit Harington's character?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and he's got the ebony blade. That makes a lot of sense. I hope so.
Because those are museums
yeah.
in London, right?
Well,
That they were at in Eternals. Gemma Chan and
yeah.
Man, that's really interesting.
Now-
yeah, because I mean, that's what Louis Meaden was talking about. He was saying that, like Tim already mentioned, not only Blade and Moon Knight, but that it's also Kit Harington and it's also Gael Garcia Bernal, who is rumored to be a part of. Oh gosh, I forgot what character he's rumored to be. Tim, this is something.
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night. There we go. Yeah. That's really interesting. That's so fascinating.
I mean, his hairline is spot on from when he was 15. I couldn't have been more wrong.
It is unwavering, man.
It's the same hair. It's the exact same hair,
Yeah.
same color too. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Gosh, man.
I like that idea a lot, and I hope that we get a little bit of crossover because it'd be cool. Because these these heroes, the level of heroes that we're talking about, like they're never gonna be like Avengers, right? Like they don't have that sort of strength, like global fighting with the Guardians.
I think maybe Blade.
No,
Like only in terms of name. Only in terms of name.
No, I'm not talking about name. I'm talking about like power levels here.
Oh, I mean, Black Widow is a Guardian. So is a Hawkeye.
Yeah, but like
Or-
she just
or-
got
or
in.
eventually.
She got in while it was like those two got in while it was early on.
Got it.
Like the
Yeah,
threats
but
were
you have to
still
remember,
like
Kevin, there's a
oh.
lot of vacant spots in the Avengers right now. We've lost a lot of Avengers. We got to fill those bad boys in.
Aaron writes in and says, some of you guys have said the Marvel shows have looked a little too TV showy, especially Nick, but this looks pretty cinematic in the first trailer. Do you think it'll break the mold and that we might have our first TV show that could match the movies in visual scope?
I don't think they'll match in visual scope because you're never going to have the effects budgets that a lot of these movies have. Remember, also, we have to fill like 6 hours of content where a movie gets the opportunity to only have to do 2. But I will agree with you that I was thinking that as the trailer was rolling, there's not one shot in this that sticks out as being CWE. And that was some of the issues I had with pretty much every Marvel show and Star Wars show that happened before this, is that there's always maybe 50% of it where I'm like, you just can tell they didn't have the budget to go for what they want to go for here. But I think this has a lot to do. Like I think this is benefiting a lot from the setting. Whatever area they were shooting this in looks great. They picked good settings. That looks a little fake right there, but all the rest of this stuff looks very cinematic or dead on. And I love the fact that it's all done in like 240. So they're actually shooting for more of a cinematic look too here instead of having it be a 16:9 show that I think Hawkeye was 16:9.
I don't think so. I think all these look
were they
identical,
all
man. They're all
for real?
so similar. They all have the same level of like weird CG where anytime there's a car, it always looks like it's kind of just sliding on ice, but like it doesn't take me out of it at all. This shit looks dope as hell. Let's see. What do we got? James Porter just says, looks dope as fuck. Big fan of how disorienting the story looks to be, and Oscar Isaac's going to crush this role. I just wish this was a movie because so far none of the shows have reached that MCU movie quality. There's usually 1 or 2 lesser episodes with each series. In my opinion, like movies usually have 1 or 2 acts that are lesser than as well, so I don't think there's too big of a difference.
Yeah,
but
I think whenever we do see these movies, it's not too rare that we ever feel. Jesus, what the fuck just fell in my room?
You have a toolbox in there?
It
just
Sorry,
loudly
Harry.
fell in my
Sounded like
room.
you dropped a toolbox. That was weird.
Scared the shit out of me. What I was gonna mention is there's I feel like we can often feel like we had more development and more time, but then that would only make the 2-hour and 10 movie 2 hours and 48 minutes, and it's like you always kind of battle with that. And would this be easier to digest as a how many episodes? 6, 8?
It looks like 6.
It's 6 episodes.
I just feel like it's an easier reason and an easier way to get a lot of character development in without being in a movie that's 2 hours and 48 minutes and feeling like that drags
Well, yeah, I mean,
on.
it also allows you to have like time to grow the character and actually see changes happening, especially with like the powers that this guy has. Like, I think this is way better served as a show rather than a movie.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're going to be talking about all the Marvel Studios projects, of course, right here on youtube.com/kindafunny. Let us know in the comments below what you think. And remember, you can go to kindafunny.com/screencast to write in about all the different shows like Boba Fett and Peacemaker and all the trailers that drop. If you watch a trailer when it drops and you have some thoughts on it and you assume Kinda Funny is going to react to it, just write in and we'll see what happens. We're probably going to. But until next time, I love you all. Goodbye.